Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Future Collaborations podcast. My name's Adam, and I'm very excited about this one. With me today, I have James from up and coming thrash band Dranzer. James, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. You?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, I'm very excited. I mean, I can see your wall, and I can see you seeing it. That is that was my dream room as a teenager. I'll be honest. It's to be fair, it's still my dream room.
Thank you.
Um, Yeah, so I got to see you play the other day, and you are fantastic. You're right up my alley in terms of music. I absolutely love metal, thrash metal. I'm a big new metal guy as well. There is a cat just walking straight past me. Thanks, Coro. But yeah, where did you get started in listening to metal music?
Oh, well, I mean, as a kid, I always kind of was brought up with 80s music in general, so just 80s pop rock, mainly like more kind of soft metal and glam. Um, but around about 2019, at this point, I wasn't even into music. I wanted to be an artist, but I was just on my way home from school and just watching YouTube and the debut album of Iron Maiden came on my recommended.
Mm.
And when I saw the album cover, because I was super into art at the time, still am, um, it just changed everything. And it was Phantom of the Opera. And just listening to the intro of that just blew my mind. And that's just what started everything, really.
Flipping cat hair. So obviously you mentioned Iron Maiden, which are, I'll be honest, I have a long list of bands that I need to see. Have you seen them live? Have you managed to see them live yet?
No, but everyone else in my band has. Literally just recently. I'm not much, surprisingly, I've never been much of a gig guy. I don't go to that many gigs. I mean, I saw Slayer last month, but I've always been into collecting records more than going to gigs. So, and I've always been more interested in the production side of music than live, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's strange, but yeah.
No, that's entirely fair. I think sort of learning about, especially like learning about the back end of things, especially being in bands and stuff, is extremely important. And I think, especially learning about like the way metal music's produced. I'll get my words out eventually. Um, it's really interesting, especially hearing some of the stories from. I mean, I'm a big Slipknot guy, and hearing some of the
Yeah.
stories from stuff like how I was recorded and how some of the stuff in that album, especially the screams at the beginning of um of the album being Sid Wilson after his granddad died, and finding out stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like I think it's genuinely fascinating, and I think that's pretty cool. Where did the name Dronzer come from? I know I asked you on Friday, but have you?
Yeah. You're the first person who actually instantly got it as well. No one else has understood it yet.
I got
Um,
very excited. I mean, I've got that.
oh
Uh,
yeah, man. I've got the original one up here. My
oh, that's sick. I'm just moving a cat. That's so cool. I've got my original one somewhere. I had like I had every one except Dronzer, which is very annoying.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, again, I loved Beyblades, Bakugan, just all the coolest toys at the time. And obviously, I grew up with the TV show. And a few years ago, back in 2021, I was like, you know what? For I'm gonna throw it on and just rewatch it. And I was like, man, Johns is just such a cool name.
Such a cool name. Such a cool Beyblade as well. I know. I think it's all on YouTube
Exactly.
now as well. I think they've just whacked up like the entirety of the first, like the original three series and stuff like that on YouTube now as well,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is great. I did want
But
to go off on that tangent just because I really like Beyblades, which is
same.
which is like it's just like yeah. Um, but like you said, so what other like musical artists inspired you? Not just in your music, but your art as well. You mentioned your art as well. If you've got some
Yeah.
pictures, I'd love to be able to put them up on the video feed as
Um,
well.
I mean, like art wise, it's not even just art, it's just books and just pop culture, just culture in general, which has inspired me, especially lyric writing. Because I mean, I do all the songwriting in the band. Because like originally this was a one man band. This is just my project. It's just a fun thing. But yeah, like especially like Berserk. Berserk has been a massive influence on lyrics and just in general, um,
Berserk
and
is
all sorts.
incredible. I have
Yeah, it
on
is.
my
It
battle
really is.
jacket. I'm in the middle of making a battle jacket at the moment. On my battle jacket, I've got like two long patches. I've got one that's the Hunter's Mark from Bloodborne, and the other that's the thing from
Oh,
Berserk.
nice.
It's
That's sick.
like it's just patches I find on Etsy and stuff like that. But I like the fact that you're using things that you like to inspire your own lyrics. Like I think it's
Yeah,
almost similar to the nearest thing I can compare it to is almost like Ice Nine Kills, where a lot of that is based on horror stuff.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to kind of stray away from the traditional like metal tropes, especially thrash metal like lyric tropes. Um, so I kind of took more inspiration with just things I love, and I wanted to have the songs actually have a real meaning behind them. I mean, um, the meaning of Dranzer is there's two meanings to it: a fire phoenix, like from Beyblade,
From Beyblade, of
and
course.
then the urban meaning. I'm pretty sure is someone who dictates because of their own insecurities, like power abusers, which
Mm.
is what the actual. If you listen to the demo of the song and the lyrics, that's what it's written about. Um, but yeah, I just take bits and pieces from different stories and mash them together, I guess, like Ghost in the Shell as well, you know?
Ooh. Yeah, no, 100%. Like I have listened like a lot of it because you have a demo on Spotify, and it's
Yeah,
very good. A lot of it is
thank you.
quite a lot of it is quite reminiscent to me, at least, of sort of early Megadeth. I can feel a
Yeah,
lot of,
yeah,
especially in the riff writing, like it just sounds very Megadethy, and it's yeah, it's right. Like I said, it's right up my street. Um, what other bands do you listen to then? Sort of.
Oof. I mean, Megadeth is easily number one, but other bands which have massively influenced me, Toxic, which I got the shit on today. Um, Toxic, Hellstar, Forbidden. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of Forbidden, Destruction as well. Quite a lot of power metal bands as well, like Halloween, Blind
Yeah.
Guardian.
Ooh. So just all that sort of. Well, not
Yeah,
well, a lot of that 80s stuff, that 90s stuff, just all of all of that stuff where everybody's got long hair.
yeah, yeah. I mean, even newer bands have been a big influence on me. I mean, Void, um, especially because I've been following Void for a very long time now, and I know some of the guys in the band, and just what they are doing is what I want to achieve, and it's a big inspiration for me because they're all the same age as me as well. So it's like
Yeah,
even more of a big deal for me. So
that's fair. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I never actually got a chance to ask you on
19.
Friday. See, at 19, you're doing. I mean, the like I said, the gig you put on Friday was absolutely fantastic. Like
Thank you.
genuinely, I mean, I popped very hard when you started playing Seek and Destroy. It's one of them things, especially Seek and Destroy. Like it's kind of got a lot of there's a lot of sort of things around, especially Metallica. I mean, I'm wearing my
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
wearing my Ride the Lightning shirt. It's my favorite thrash album. It's my second favorite album of all time,
class.
after Iowa. Um, like I said, I'm a big new metal guy. Um, but I think like yeah, when you started playing Seek and Destroy, because they're I mean the sort of sports teams that I'm interested in as well, like the San Francisco 49ers and the San Jose Sharks, are
Yeah,
all play like Metallica. Like Sharks come out to Seek and Destroy, and the 49ers come out to For Whom the Bell Tolls. I got very excited, and because I'm into wrestling as well. Sting comes out to before he retired, he came out to Seek and Destroy, which was probably cost a lot of money, but
yeah, yeah. Probably did.
I think yeah, I think that metal music, especially, like, as much as it gets a bad rap sometimes, and sometimes there are bands that deserve the bad rap.
Yeah.
I think it almost feels like a home, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's both. It can have a very welcoming sort of thing. Like no matter where you are in your life, you can be introduced to it and enjoy it. And even if you're happy or sad or whatever, it's very comforting no matter what. Um, and there's always a place for it, you know. So I think that's why it's so important, especially to metal fans in general.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, obviously we lost Ozzy as a recording last week,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I spoke to one of your guitarists, Matty, because we both, and it turns out we both went to Back to the Beginning,
yeah, yeah. You did.
and I think the loss of Ozzy hit a lot of metal fans very, very hard. I know I cried quite a lot over a man I'd never met, but it created, especially Back to the Beginning, it was such a wholesome atmosphere, even though it was, looking back, effectively a man's funeral. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, what's more metal than being at your own funeral, I guess. But I think that it is, like you said, it is one of them things where if you're introduced to it at any part of your life and you find that you've fallen in love with that style of music, whether it's black metal, doom metal, thrash metal, new metal, industrial metal, metalcore, take your pick of any other subgenre of metal. I think you're right. It is very welcoming, and it does
yeah,
kind of make you happy in a way. As bleak as some of the lyrics are, especially
yeah,
especially like you said, there are some tropes in thrash metal, especially Megadeth, which is quite glum. Um, even stuff like Peace Sells, which sounds very happy. It's just like you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, okay.
yeah. It's like I just with the whole. I mean, when I found out from the bass player, in the band Cole, um, and he just posted on a story, and I saw it. I was like, wait, who died? And I subconsciously I knew. I was like, and when I found out, I was messaging on the group chat. I was like, this feels like like when Queen Elizabeth died. It was like the
Yeah,
same feeling. It was like really weird. It's like you wouldn't expect it,
yeah. I
but
think,
you kind of
yeah,
saw it coming at the same time. It's really strange feeling.
that's a good way to put it. I found out I had a friend that messaged me. It's like, have you heard the news about Ozzy? And sort of, I knew what she was going to say next, but I didn't want to sort of believe it until she sent me the link to the Sky News thing. It's
Yeah,
like, oh no, it's been like 2 weeks since I saw him.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's
It
it
was
is it's
surreal.
absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Just sort of a man that created, well, a band that created an entire genre has lost one of the four members.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like as well. Like I even posted on my story when it happened. I was like, this guy. I mean, I haven't listened to Ozzy in quite a long time. Um, but him and Randy had such a huge influence on me in when I first picked up guitar back in 2020, and when I first started listening to metal. And that's with everyone. That's the thing. It's not just me, which I mean it's so important to. It's important to everyone who ever picked up guitar, who ever picked up any instrument, or just enjoy the music in general, because it's such a huge influence.
exactly, and I think, as much as people are like, "Oh, you've never met the guy," it's no. This man, this guy has joined bands and had a solo career that's influenced so many bands. And I saw a lot of without you there would be no me or would be no us. And I think that's true, especially in spheres, the metal sphere sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I mean, I play guitar. I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for on and off for like, God, 13 years at this point. God, I feel old. Um, and like some of the first stuff I tried to learn was Paranoid by Sabbath.
That was the
just
first song I
because
ever learned.
yeah, because it's an iconic song.
Hmm.
Um,
Exactly.
how do you think? Because you mentioned you picked up guitar in 2020. How
Yeah.
do you think the pandemic sort of formed you as a guitarist, if that makes sense?
Ooh. Well, it was quite a strange time for me because I mean, it's kind of like very big circle back to Google Meet. Like it's it's like I haven't been on Google Meet since 2021, I think. But yeah, like I was just starting my GCSEs, had no interest in music until 2020, and I was going to take art GCSE, and literally the day before my GCSE started in year 10, um, I dropped art and went to music, and the teachers asked me, "What are you doing here? You don't belong here." And I was like, "Oh, thanks," but at the same time, like I was learning guitar, but with me, I get addicted. A guitar is an addiction. Same with music and discovering new bands and writing music. It's an addiction. I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything, but this is my sort of addiction, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, I've always been quite a creative person. Um, I always like to do stuff with my hands, like paint, draw, build stuff. It's just always been a part of me. So when it came to learning guitar, it came quite naturally. And the pandemic definitely helped because obviously, what else are you going to do in that free time, you know?
yeah. Do you think it helped you sort of learn faster because you had all that free time, effectively just being stuck in the house all day?
Yeah, yeah, really, it did. It also because I feel like if you want to improve a lot, you got to listen to a lot of different stuff, um, which is what I've done. I just kept on listening to new and new stuff every week. I just came across new bands and stuff, and it's had a massive influence on me. And I'm still like that now. I try and come across a new band at least every week. Um, yeah,
You mentioned that music was like an addiction. I mean, admittedly, guitars are an expensive addiction. I should know.
yeah, they are.
I bought three last year. I was like, oh, maybe I should slow down.
Yeah.
But I bought a 7 string and an 8 string. So um, I just like chugs. Um, but if you hadn't got into music, what do you think you'd find as an addiction? Do you think it would be your art or?
Probably art or writing, because that's kind of why lyrics came quite natural to me. Because before I wanted to be a comic book artist and
Hmm.
writer, I liked doing art and I liked doing like writing stories. So when I eventually did do music, lyrics came very naturally to me as well. So vocals, on the other hand, didn't, which you can probably
Surprising.
tell in the demo.
Yeah, you're not as bad as you seem to think you are. You impress me quite a lot. You do have a very thrashy voice, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, on the I mean, I'm kind of wondering off here about the original
No, it's
thing,
all
but
good.
when I was recording those vocals for the demo, I mean, all that demo was recorded between the tail end of 2023 and the start of 2024. So it's even after I released it on Spotify, I was still over a year old at that point. But I only just started singing. Like when I record the vocals for those songs, I was about 2 weeks into singing, so
Yeah,
it was very, very new to me.
yeah, very
And
raw.
yeah, I didn't know how to control my breath. I didn't know how to phrase my vocals, which is very, very prevalent in a few of the songs, like Occult. Like some of the, because I double tracked everything.
Yeah.
Um, so the vocals are slightly out of sync. Um, but again, like I was very new to it. I never sang in my life before that. But I've kind of, even though currently I'm not the singer, um, I will be singing because I think we've got yeah, you booked us for the another gig in a few weeks'
Yes,
time.
yes, which
Um,
I'm gonna sort that out. Yeah, because I need to get a few things in place. But yeah,
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 but
because I wanted you because I wanted a metal band on my stage.
thank you. But like we're meant to debut our new song last week, but it was quite last minute when we found out that was 3 songs.
Yeah,
We're like, what songs to choose? Um, but we're gonna be should be debuting the new song live in a few weeks' time on the 9th.
yeah.
Um,
9th of August. Yeah, that's exciting. See now I'm excited.
yeah,
I'm glad I'm glad I asked you to. I'm glad I asked you to play now because that's exciting. I love that. I've managed to book a debut of a song.
yeah. I mean, like it was. I mean, this song is quite a different change of pace, I'd say, because I mean, I've written 3 albums worth of material over the past few years, so it's quite a lot of material. Um, and some songs aren't fully fleshed out yet, but the majority of the structures are all done,
Yeah,
and the lyrics are done. But we're going to be basically the kind of offcut to those 2/3 albums. Are we're going to be putting into an EP, which we should be recording in a few months' time. Still trying to organize that, but with it's kind of a strange mixture of genres. The EP, it's not as thrashy um, as the other stuff, but it's kind of I feel like a band should show progression in their music, especially.
yeah,
And this stuff is it's not going to be as I guess thrash, but it's going to be definitely heavy and fast. It's kind of a weird mixture of Merciful Fate and speed metal and thrash. So it's like a
okay.
weird abomination of stuff. But at the same time, it's quite cool. But this new song, um, I'll be singing on live next week. Um, just hoping I don't get tongue tied because I have a tendency of doing that. But
Well,
um,
I mean,
yeah,
I've seen worse things go wrong. I've
true.
seen bands that have
Yeah,
had to cut out entire sections of a song. Um, may have been my band. But so trust me, I've seen worse happen. I've seen a lot worse happen. I am excited to see you again. Like I said, I very much enjoyed seeing you play.
yeah.
Uh,
It was really enjoyable as well because that was our first ever gig, and that was my first ever gig because all the other guys, apart from our drummer who's 14, and he's been doing amazing because we've been looking for a drummer for over a year. Um, um, it was mine and the drummer's first ever gig. The other guys are in other bands, so they've been
yeah,
playing gigs before, but it was mine and his first ever gig, and it went great. I think
it did.
it went really well.
Very, very, very good. Especially, I didn't realize it was yours and your drummer's first gigs. I didn't realize that
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
I thought you'd been playing for a while.
No, no. I mean, it was strange because there's been quite a lot of lineup changes in the past year.
Yeah.
Um, but this whole lineup only really got together in May time.
Mm.
So this lineup's very new. Um, I mean, at one point I was debating on just being the only guitar player in the band because it was very hard to find a guitar player which matched my style. Um, but Matty's been doing great so far, and some of
Yeah.
the riffs he's been writing to kind of go along with mine have been great as well. So it's been working out very well recently. So
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had a conversation with Matty before the show, and he's a lovely guy. I
yeah, yeah.
think you mentioned that you were double tracking all the EP and stuff. Does that mean you recorded everything yourself then?
I'll be. I mean, the budget for the EP will be quite small because I'll be doing quite a lot of things myself.
Mm.
It's sort of like Annihilator,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
Jeff Waters recorded the entire album by himself, and then like pretty much like at like really annoying times, like in the morning, like 5 in the morning or something like that. This is kind of what this EP is going to end up being like, um, because I go to uni and obviously we've got recording facilities there.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll be using them to record pretty much everything apart from the drums. Um, and I hate recording drums. The newest song, which will be debuting in a few weeks' time, that was I recorded all the stuff myself, um, and recording the drums was the worst thing. So it was meant to come out um, like halfway through next month, but the drums have not drum recording has not went well, so kind of pushed that back a bit now to re-record them. But yeah, I'm gonna have one of my friends who's actually in the same band as Matty, his other band, Evil Dungeon Caller,
Yeah.
in as the bass player Dan, who I've actually known longer than Matty. But he's a great producer. Me and him have co-produced some stuff before, and it's went really well. And he totally gets what I'm going for. So um, everything's sort of lining up perfectly now. So
I think that's especially if you can find a producer that knows what
yeah,
you want to
exactly.
do, rather than just as much as like the big names are great, they might not know what you're going for and totally mix it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I completely hear about recording drums and stuff though. Like even just miking the drums up is a
It's awful.
it's
I hate
it's
it.
it's it is just a it is just a pain in the backside. I know, like
It
we've been
is.
doing, like with what I do at work, we've been doing a lot of Beach Boy stuff, which is not usually what I play, admittedly, but it has been a lot of fun. I've been playing a lot of bass with it. It's a lot of walking bass lines, really fun.
Yeah.
But having to set up all the drum mics and stuff and try and record the drums has probably been the most annoying bit of it. So I completely hear you there.
Yeah. I mean, with the demo, when I was recording the demo at the time, I didn't have a drummer. So and I cannot play drums. I know what I want in my head, what how the drums want to sound like, so I kind of got to air drum them to
Yeah.
Owen, our drummer now, the parts, which always just makes me look like an idiot because I don't know how to play. But everything else I play myself. So like whenever it comes to track and vocals, all I record all the guitars, um, and all the bass parts I usually record by myself, and then um, if we can, I'll get the other guys around mine, or I'll go around their houses and I show them the part and they record it. Um, and yeah, I mean, for the demo, I programmed all those drums, so they're quite all over the place, especially on Occult. Again,
Yeah.
Occult it's definitely the most crazy song out of the songs on the demo because it's got so many different time changes and sections.
Yeah, even the
Um,
beginning is like with all the
the
organs, which I'm
synth,
assuming. Yeah, the synthy
yeah.
organ. It sounds kind of organy. I'm assuming was that all programmed or was that MIDI? Was it?
I played that all. I played that all on a tiny little, a tiny little synthesizer MIDI
Oh, I love that.
thing, and I literally just recorded one track of it, copied it,
Mm.
and then made another MIDI of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and just changed it to like I think I had an organ and then a synthesizer, like some sort of like razor head synth or something like that, and
Mm.
it sounded really cool, so I kept it.
It
I mean, it's
does.
totally out of time, but it sounds cool, whatever.
Uh,
But all the drums on the demo I programmed, um, but Occult was the most difficult because of the time changes in it. And I actually got my good friend, Danny Harrison, um, to help me redo the drums back in December last year. Because I met him at uni, and he basically just got all the drum midis that I sent him, and he basically just copied and pasted it, but in a better like program thing, so it sounded better.
yeah.
Um, and the only two songs on the demo which don't have that is a cult because it was just too
Too
all over
much.
the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And My Last Words, because of copyright reasons, we had to. That was the last song we got completed. Yet the first song I recorded
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
of the
that makes
drums. I could have released the whole entire demo when it was meant to be May last year.
yeah.
Um, if I just didn't do My Last Words because of the cover. Um, but I wanted to do it anyway. Uh, but with that song, we had to. I think Owen done very well. The drums are a bit iffy on that song because he literally just joined the band.
Yeah.
He literally just joined the band. He had, I think, a week to learn the song, and we just recorded it with two SM57s just on top of the drum kit. It sounds awful,
Yeah.
and
Like
it
no
does
bass
sound
drum
like
mic or anything.
nah.
Jeez.
Just two SM57s as overheads. The worst mics for overheads, but that's all I had. So
Oh,
screw it. But
yeah, it all sounds very DIY, which is
it is. It very much is. I mean,
I love the whole DIY vibe of it. Um, I think kind
like
of
even sorry.
I think kind of sort of sets you apart a little bit because like you haven't gone into like a studio or anything like that. You've just gone right. We've got these two mics that we have. We're just gonna have to do as much as we can with them, and then
Yeah, exactly. I mean, another funny story with recording drums for the single. Uh, Basically, how I recorded the drums for that, which we're going to be completely re-recording in a studio this Saturday, um, was I went around his house. He's got this tiny little room,
mm,
box room with his drum kit in, so the reverb and everything just sounds awful.
oh,
And because I only had two mics, well, I have multiple mics, but I only have a two input interface. So
yeah,
I basically just like quadruple tracked. I don't even know what the name is of the drums because I would just be like, right, two SM57s on the toms, record one take with that, then snare, then kick,
yeah,
then overheads. So it'll be like six or seven different, eight different takes.
mm, almost like an I guess octo track maybe. I
Yeah,
don't.
it was it was awful to mix, and like because of the little what's the word, idiosyncrasies.
Idiosyncrasies, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too dyslexic. I swear to God,
No,
but
that's nothing wrong with that.
but like with that, it kind of made some parts go out of time. So we've just decided, you know what, maybe I should just bash out some money and just get it done properly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that was a funny thing, but it is very much DIY. I mean, I've kind of when I recorded the demo, I was teaching myself how to record,
Mm.
because that was very new to me as well. Um, it's I sort of have a pattern of just like, oh well, I'll just teach myself everything, and it never quite gets where I want it to be. But it's like, yeah, I'm better. It's better than paying like 500 quid getting someone else to do it. So
It is very, yeah, it's very expensive. I know because I know people
exactly,
that have looked into it. It's just it's just insane how I mean, don't get me wrong, you get a good quality product, but jeez. But I
yeah,
think I do like I said, I love the whole DIY vibe and I love the well, to be honest, I love the music you put out. I think it's really good, and I'm
thank you.
very much looking forward to the EP.
Yeah, um, I mean, we're hoping. Well, currently we've got all the tapes we're going to be selling because I've made cassette tapes to sell of the demo.
I love that.
Um, yeah, I mean tapes are coming back as well, so
Yeah,
that's really cool.
yeah.
Um,
It's weird because you're saying like tapes and records become very popular again.
yeah, exactly. And where hopefully I'm wanting to do a quite a limited run, maybe on vinyl of the EP. That's a very maybe.
Yeah,
Um, but if it goes well, and if we've got a bit of money left over from recording, I'd like to do that. Just just because it's just cool. I mean, it's kind of everyone's dream to have like their own vinyl of their own music. It's just such a cool thing. But
Yeah, put it on your wall with
yeah,
if you've got space with all your
Oh
posters.
no, I've got no space. I've got about I just bought like the other about a month ago a 1987 original Megadeth poster, which is like
Holy,
huge. And I've got nowhere to put it, so
yeah,
it's just in my corner of my room at the minute. But yeah,
that's sick. That's sick. I think I mean, there's a few things that I want when it comes to metal. There's a specific album that I want. I want the first pressing of. Um,
oh yeah.
it's This is gonna sound really nerdy, and I do apologize. I'm into Warhammer, and there's a band called Bolt
Oh,
Thrower.
same. I've got a Warhammer area down there somewhere in my cabinet.
Right, we're gonna right. We won't go into that. But what armies do you play?
What armies?
Yeah.
I don't really play anymore. I haven't played since about 2019, but Um, I used to just play either Blood Angels or Ultramarines.
I had.
I used to mainly collect the '90s ones because I just
Oh, yeah,
it's just something about like they're just so chubby,
they are. They're
little
great.
chubby, like
Little
little.
squat
It's
little
just so
things.
cool. It just reminds me of like the '90s Pikachu. Like it just looks so
Yes,
much cooler.
Fat Pikachu.
Fat Pikachu just
Yes,
so much cooler. Like
yes.
I just
No,
like
100%.
'80s and '90s designs have just got this weird, quirky charm. They're not as like they're just very cartoony, which I love.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
yeah.
started a Flesh Terrors army that was
Oh, nice.
but it wasn't the red and black. It was the 80s colors, which was like a almost like a purple and yellow,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it looks so cool. I need to finish painting that at some point. But we did get distracted a little bit. But yeah, there's an album by a band called Bolt Thrower, who had
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original pressing had art
Well,
done by the
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah
the original what's it? The Crimson
uh
Fist box art.
yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's
It's
such
so
a.
cool that art.
I don't even
I've
have a
got
record player. I just want to put it on my wall.
I've got the
There's a few albums like that.
I've got the re-release on CD, but obviously that's not the original cover art, but
Yeah,
I mean, even just the original '90s and late '80s Warhammer cover art is just so cool. It's
it
just so
is,
cool.
and it's quite
Um,
metal.
it is. It really is. Like even the early '80s ones where it's not even colored, it's just all like very rough and ragged.
Yeah,
It looks so cool. I remember in 2020 when I first got into metal, I was because it was like just all a dream in my head back then. I didn't think it would actually go anywhere, but I was like going through like, oh, this will be a cool album cover, and like the majority of it was just old Warhammer
yeah.
art. I was like, yeah, this is the
Uh, I really want to write an EP of just like 5 or 6 songs that are all based on like one like bit of Warhammer lore. I'd love to
yeah,
do
that'll
that,
be
and
sick.
it'd all just be like thrash metal, or it'd be very different. I suppose I could try and fit some new metal in somewhere, but that'd be.
Yeah,
I'm just a really big new metal.
I
I
mean,
mean, I've got a
like,
Limp Biscuit. I've got a Limp Biscuit tattoo. Where are we? There we go. I got a Limp
oh,
Biscuit
nice.
tattoo in 2025. Tell me you have autism without telling me you have autism. Um, um,
Actually, quite a funny story is Dranzer is kind of been two bands at the same time because back in 2022 when I technically first formed it,
yeah.
um, it was called Dranzer and it was a thrash band. Then
Hey,
in late 2022, I decided I'm gonna do a second project thing, which ended up just still being Dranzer, but the new name of it was Wicked Mage,
okay.
and it was meant to be a sort of death thrash band, you know, like
Yeah.
Bolt Thrower, Death, especially Morbid Angel. I mean, the logo that I drew up was very similar to Morbid Angel, um, but out like that whole thing was quite cool. I mean, it was very like kiddie, I guess. Thinking
Yeah,
back on it now, like we would do rehearse. We never went anywhere. Never played any gigs. Never done anything. But I wrote quite a lot of the material, which would be um, on the first, which will be on the first album, and even on the demo. I mean, Occult was written in that time, um, which was originally called Psycho or something like that.
mm,
Um, Awful name and awful lyrics. I didn't write the lyrics, but I rewrote everything.
which is
Totally
fair.
rewrote everything. But I mean, Dranzer was the first song I ever wrote, and I wrote that about 5 or 6 months into playing guitar. The
Yeah,
riffs to that song, all the riffs I wrote quite early on, and then the lyrics I wrote when I was 16. So that song was the first real song I wrote, and that kind of just started the basis of what all my songs would be like, I guess.
yeah. It's one of the things where you're looking back, some of the stuff, I guess, some of the stuff that you've done, it feels kiddie, but I suppose you're still proud of it though, because it's something you've made
Yeah,
yourself. And I think that's the important thing to hold on to when it comes to stuff like that. It's like I've done this, I've written this, I've recorded this, I'll put it on Spotify. Um,
yeah.
I am gonna link to your socials in the description so people can
Oh, great. Thank you.
find. Yeah, no problem. I do it with everyone. It just feels nice to do, and then people can find your music.
Yeah, I mean, as well, like with, um, I feel like progression in a band is just so important because you see these newer bands where they're just like, I was having a chat. I don't know if you know Akesia.
I don't.
No, well, they're kind of like, I don't know how to describe them. He'll Reese, who I'm very good friends with. I don't listen to this genre of music at all, but I'm just very good friends with him.
Yeah,
Reese, the singer, who also plays the guitar in the band, um, he would kill me, but it's kind of I feel bad for saying this now, but it's a bit like metalcore and pop punky. But
yeah.
he'd kill me. He'd so kill me for saying that. But I don't really listen to that genre of music, but that's why I don't know how to describe it. But like he's very adamant on recording with live amps, like real amps, not profilers, which I am as well.
Yeah.
Because you get like it just sounds a bit too overproduced and fake. I don't know how to describe it, but
No,
it doesn't
I
feel
completely get.
real.
I'd rather like I mean, admittedly, because I have spent money on it, I'd rather be able to record using an amp and my pedal board rather than
Yeah, exactly.
as much as I practice through an interface and stuff. Like when it comes to recording, I would rather use an amp. It feels
Yeah,
it feels nicer, I think, and like you said, it doesn't feel as overproduced. It feels like look, these are the raw sounds that I want.
yeah. I mean, like, I was like, it's just got this. It's got this groove to it. It's got this undeniable feeling. It's like no matter what anyone tries to nerd out about this, they won't get exactly what I've managed to achieve. You know,
Yeah,
like it's a very cool thing, especially when people. I mean, like with Metallica and all the other bands like from the 80s, where people will like do like massive videos on trying to like solve how they recorded things. I'm like, that's what I want with my band because it's
yeah.
just so cool. And I'm a massive gear nut. I mean, I have way too much gear, guitar gear. Um, but I just like that feeling of it's real. It's like this is what I use on the album. Like whenever I buy an album, because I've got quite a big record collection, I always go straight to the credits where you can see what they use and everything. It's just the coolest shit ever. Find that stuff out. But yeah, I feel like it's
I,
very important to have that sort of groundwork of a band.
yeah. Especially considering like as much as like it's gonna sound different live, especially in different venues and stuff. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
but if you can get it as close to the album as you can because you've recorded using the same gear and the same amps and stuff, it just sounds better, I think, and it sounds
yeah, exactly.
almost almost I don't want to say crisp, that's the wrong word, but like it sounds more authentic. That's a better word to
Yeah,
put.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, as well, thinking about it, like just how bad I am at just trying to be an absolute big-headed idiot and trying doing everything myself. Um, like with, I mean, I'm mainly self-taught on guitar.
Yeah.
Uh, for about 9 months when I went to college, I had I don't know if you know Tigers of Pantang. They're a kind of new wave of British heavy metal band from Whitley Bay, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll have to give them a
and
listen.
yeah, yeah. I
I
mean
need to I need to
the
find new bands to listen to anyway. So I'm like you. I try to listen to as many new bands as I can.
yeah. I mean like their old guitarist Mickey Crystal. He used to teach at my old college. He
Yeah.
now teaches at my uni. I don't get guitar lessons from him anymore, sadly, but I love to. But he's an amazing guitarist. But he taught me for a little bit out of college, and he's an amazing guitarist. And he didn't really like reteach me what I already knew. He sort of saw what I was good at and sort of helped me improve what I was good at.
Yeah.
So it would be me. Like my guitar playing is me. I'm not a big fan of when you see like especially on social media when you see these people trying to copy other like guitarists or musicians, um, like like exactly one to one, um, style wise mainly. Like um, everyone's got their influences, and I like to
Yeah.
hear other people's influences musically. I mean, mine are very obvious with Megadeth,
Yeah.
but I feel like you've got to have your own twist on things. Oh, my dog's just walked in. Hello. um,
Don't. Well, I mean, I've had a catwalk.
come here. Want to come say hello? Oh, there we go.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Right, go on. Go find Sophia. Go on. Sorry about that. But
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
it's like it's very important to have your own sound and style. And with the newer stuff I've written, it's definitely got its own unique take on just metal. It's both heavy, fast, yet progressive and technical, and
Yeah.
it's also got a lot of groove. I think people, especially in the thrash scene, um, which is kind of like a blurry line between groove and thrash,
Yeah.
but a lot of newer bands forget the groove that you need in some riffs. Like you can play as fast and as technical as you want, but if you don't have that groove, you're just totally missing out. I totally forgot one band, which is probably the biggest influence on me for the past 2 years. Coroner.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Coroner fan, and their songwriting is just massively influenced me on the newer material. Not for the EP, but for the later stuff on the albums. Um, and yeah, that their stuff is just a perfect combination of groove, technical stuff, and speed, and just progression. It's just perfect in my eyes. But yeah,
I I think you've hit the nail on the head there, especially with I mean the sort of music that you listen to, like your thrash metal and your power metal and stuff like that. You do have to have the groove there, and like I'm a fairly big Dragon Force guy, and they're don't get me wrong, they're very very quick. Like Herman Lee's very quick, but there's
yeah,
still that groove to it because they've got the two guitars, and because they've got a very good bassist and a very good drummer. Like the whole thing sort of it allows sort of one of the guitarists to go off while the other is playing the groove. And I think
yeah,
yeah, that's the best way I can describe it is obviously you have two guitarists as well.
yeah,
Um and I think it's very similar. Like I watched some of your demos, some of the demo stuff earlier. I watched the Seek and Destroy one actually. No, was it the Peace? It might have been the Peace Cells one actually. Both very very good covers. Peace Cells is such a good song. It's one of the first.
Thank
It's one of
you.
the first songs when I learned when I picked up bass. To be honest, just the little intro.
Yeah,
But I think because you've got, like I said, it's similar to Dragon Force in a way that you've got the two guitarists, so one of them can do the little diddles at the beginning. That's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. While the other
yeah, yeah,
is playing the groove. I think it works perfectly. It's a good balance and it's a good mix.
yeah. Like I feel with us, because I've had quite a lot of guitarists come and go in the band.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, to be fair, all the guitarists that have been in Dranzer in sort of the 2024 to 2025 era, I guess that's if that's what you can call it, but
yeah, yeah,
have all been amazing guitarists, um, and have all like kind of bounced back off me perfectly. Um, it's just sometimes, even if you're the perfect match, if you don't have a, if you don't have, I guess, if they don't see the goal that you see, it's not going to go anywhere. If they don't have as the same passion, or if they just don't like sort of click with it like you do, where it's like this is what you want, this is all you want in life, then it's a bit, because it is a risky business. Music is
yeah,
inherently extremely risky, and you need to be, yeah, either need to go all in or you just need to leave basically.
yeah,
Like there's it's very hard, especially for new bands, to, even with social media, it's very hard because why would you want to listen to this band when you can listen to someone who's already put music out and released stuff? But I feel like with people my age, to want to have that community with, oh, look what they're doing. They're like the same age as me, and this
yeah,
is this is their starting point. It's really cool watching that. I mean, I saw it with Void and a few other bands, and seeing that inspired me. I was like, I need to do this as well. Like, I need to commit to this like 100%.
yeah,
That's like that sort of thing with Matty. He came up to me on that night after the gig, and he was just so happy with the band. He was just so happy he joined the band, because literally a, f- a few days before he joined the band, I was just generally thinking like, you know what, I'm just gonna be the only guitarist in the band, because this is
yeah,
just, from how many guitarists have come and went in the band, it's just too much of a thing. And I always wanted two lead guitarists in the band. I mean, Iron Maiden, Megadeth.
yep,
Um, but with all, I pretty much write all the, well, I do write all the um, lead guitar, yeah, all the
yeah,
solos anyway, and all the lead guitar parts. So I was like, even though I wanted two guitarists, I might just have to settle for one. But when Mighty came around, I mean, he's a great guitarist, and he just matches perfectly. And he's got that ambition, which is the main thing, the ambition and the drive to actually succeed, which was so important. And his stage presence was great as well. Like,
yep.
you got to see that hair when it
Oh
flips
yeah,
back.
it's
It's
yeah,
amazing. I
it's
wish I
it's
never
yeah,
cut my like all my hair off a few years ago. I used to have my hair nearly as long as his, but yeah, like um, he just has that presence, which is very undeniable, and it's as well like image wise as well. Image is very important. We're gonna have to. We're still sort of working with the image, because a few of the guys are quite new to the whole thrash 80s thrash image, so we're still
yeah.
sort of getting the grips with that.
So which one of you is
But
getting a mullet then?
mullet,
Yeah.
uh, I don't think what's his name? I don't think Matty would be too happy about that. Like, but I mean, I used to have a mullet. To be fair, I mean, not a modern mullet, like an 80s like sort of Rambo mullet, I guess, a few
Yeah.
years ago. Because I get my hair permed every few months, but
Yeah.
like I'd say the closest guy who in the band who's got a mullet is probably Owen, the drummer. But yeah, I mean, like looks wise, we're nearly there, and I feel like to sell yourself and for people to think like that is cool, you gotta have like a really strong image,
Yeah,
which is
I think it's
something
fair.
we're still building on. But I mean, we've only just played our first gig, so um, but I'm I think by the time the EP is done, we're gonna be all together with things, and we're gonna
Yeah,
be we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready to hit it off.
you do have a strong look with all like the bullet belts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They all look great. You do have, yeah, you do have a very thrash look, I think, which is obviously the sort of music you play. So I think that works perfectly. You did mention that you were self-taught. I mean, I'm mostly self-taught. So basically, my story is I did guitar in school, and it was fine, but it wasn't the sort of music I wanted to play. And then
yeah,
didn't play for a while. Ended up playing bass for a long time. Started teaching myself that, and then got back on guitar. Um, and started teaching myself the stuff I wanted to learn. Is it similar with you in that you find it easier to learn stuff that you're interested in rather than
yeah. I
having to
mean,
learn stuff like Arcade Fire or whatever else I was taught in school?
I mean the I do prefer teaching myself things. I just like even back in school, I used to some subjects I struggled with learning. So I'll go home and do the research myself and teach myself. I mean, physics was one of them. I used to be really bad at physics, and then I started just teaching myself, and I got a 9 in GCSE, which I was like, what
Congratulations.
the
I don't know what
sadly it was
nine's A star, right?
yeah,
I grew up in the old system. I'm 10 year older
yeah.
than you. I grew up in the old system.
I But sadly that was dragged down by my chemistry, which I'm not good at.
Yeah,
I think I got a 5 in chemistry, I don't know, but
it was biology for me that I hated.
and biology. I'm terrible at biology as well. I love biology, but I'm just really bad at it just doesn't stay in my brain when it comes to exams. But
Yeah, same.
um,
Then again, nothing stayed in my brain for exams.
but like with teaching myself guitar, it was sort of a trial and error process. Like my main thing was listening to new stuff. Classical music is a massive influence on me,
Mm.
like hugely. Like I mean, you can sort of hear the I'm not sneak. The little sort of the little sort of elements of my like sort of influence with classical music, or the classical influence on me, with occult and Beware the Wicked, the instrumental,
Yeah,
uh, that stuff. Because even though I'd done music GCSE, I both loved and hated because it was very snobby. That's the thing with like when you study music, especially the theory side, it gets very snobby. Um, and that's kind of why it kind of pushed me away from the whole classical and jazz side for a long time. It wasn't until like I'd say 2022 when I started listening to a lot of classical music and a lot of jazz fusion,
mm.
like Alan Holdsworth and stuff. That had a huge influence on me from then on. My Whenever I compose solos or instrumental sections, I always go back to that stuff. I mean, there's one song which I wrote at the start of this year, which probably won't be a Dranzer song because it's not metal at all. It's a jazz fusion song, but that was that was like a very different thing for me to write, and it was the first not metal song I wrote.
Yeah,
And I feel like with musicians, even if I mean, I don't do any side projects, and I'm not in any other bands. This is my band. This is my vision and everything.
yeah,
Um, I feel like it's so important to sort of write from what comes from within, you know? Um, Even if it doesn't go along with the rest of the music that you usually write, you should still write it and maybe release it. But I probably won't be releasing it with Dranzer because it's such a drastic difference, and it's it doesn't really represent what Dranzer is, I guess.
Yeah,
But it's
it's
so
yeah,
it. Sorry.
yeah. It's I think similar to going. I keep going back to new metal, but the way Corey Taylor does solo stuff, it's drastically different to Slipknot and drastically different to even Stone
Yeah,
Sour. It's almost
like
jazzy and country, I guess.
yeah. I mean, like with I just try to implement as many influences as possible in my music. I mean, my solo style is very strange because again, I was self-taught. I didn't know theory, so a lot of the solos that I played on the demo would just improvise, and then I had to learn by ear and then double track, um, which which was actually really good, really, when you think about it, because that just improves your your hearing for
Yeah,
listening to notes, and that's just how I've always been with writing things and writing music, like so, especially solos, is if it sounds musical, if it sounds interesting, especially solos which grab your ear. If a solo doesn't have any hooks, if it's just shredding for no reason and doesn't have any melodic parts, it's all what Marty Friedman says. If it's just random notes, a million miles per hour, it totally loses its feeling and meaning,
yeah,
and it's very
100%.
forgettable. But if you have that sort of, I try and compose solos with the perfect combination of both feel and emotion as well as just total shred. Like
Yeah.
um
Well, that,
and sorry?
it kind of goes back to what you were saying about how it still needs groove. It can be as fast as technical as you want, but it still needs the groove in there, and it still needs your
Yeah,
feel and your
exactly.
emotions and the
And with those, like, the solos on the demo were very last minute solos. I mean, those were the first solos I ever wrote. Um and some the newer solos I've written for the EP and for future songs. Um it's funny because a lot of the songs which will be released on the first album, well, pretty much all of them are actually older than the EP stuff. Um, but a lot of solos on that are way more technical, way more melodic. It's just, it's just basically just a massive step up writing wise. Um, it's just, I feel like if you're writing stuff which you you yourself wouldn't listen to, or what you wouldn't want to hear, like, then what is the point,
mm,
really? So I try and write everything, lyrics, the music, and the solos to what I would like to hear. And I feel like that's really when you can tell which bands stand out and have a lot of sort of they just hit harder with that.
yeah, no, 100%. And I think especially like when bands use emotion and stuff like that as well, like you can write all the sort of pop that you want with like if it's got no soul and no emotion to it, what's what's the point really?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people do gravitate towards, especially like metal and stuff, because there's a lot of emotion and there's a lot of obviously when people listen to metal, people just think it's a lot of anger and a lot of hate. That's not really the case, but there is a lot of emotion in
No.
there, and it's a good
There's
way
a
to
lot of
release.
love as
There
well.
is, there is, and I think people, especially people in the metal sphere, recognize all the love and all the emotion, and it's a good way to release. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I listen. Obviously, you said yourself you're not not a big metalcore person. I like a lot of metalcore, especially stuff like Killswitch Engage. And there's so much love in some of the Killswitch songs, like My Last Serenade and stuff, which is about being heartbroken and being in love with someone. That I think it's a beautiful song.
Yeah,
As much as people think it's angry, and I think that's the thing with metal in general is that there's, like I said, there's a lot of emotions involved. There's a lot of all different sort of emotional spectrum. You could to bring it back to comic books. You could probably get all the different power rings from the lanterns in from outer metal.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, if you only write with one emotion exactly, it's gonna feel very subdued and
Mm.
very what's the
Almost
word?
flat.
Yeah, it's not gonna carry very far. It's it's it just doesn't show the contrast that you should be.
Yeah,
Um,
doesn't show a human being almost. If that
yeah,
makes
I
sense.
mean the good thing with it, I feel like one of the positive parts about the demo, the Dranzer demo, is it has all the songs are quite different. Um, and I mean, obviously the first song has a very long build up and a lot of technical stuff and a lot of changes, and it's got this little classical part at the end. And Dronza is just a straight up thrash song. Then
Yeah,
this and Double Think is sort of a combination of the first two songs, and then Retribution. I hate listening to Retribution. I refuse to listen to that song. Hate it. Um, the vocals on that, I really, really cannot. I just refuse to listen to them
that's
because
yeah.
I just can't. They're just awful. And um, musically, I do like it. I just the singing was not good. My singing was awful in that song. That's all I can say. Um, but like, it's a very different feeling that song to the rest of the songs in the demo. Um, it's sort of I don't know melancholic, I guess if that's a word.
Yeah, yeah, that's a word.
Yeah, it definitely brings out that sort of depressing but also redeeming feeling,
Yeah,
as in Retribution, the name. And I got a lot of that from the lyrics wise. I mean, that song is going to be totally rewritten. I can't speak.
it's all good.
Rewritten for the EP because that'll be the only song off the demo which will be on the EP, and it's going to be the self-titled song. Um, but a lot of that song is going to be reworked for the EP. It's going to have some new lyrics. It's going to have new solos. It's going to have a whole new section to it, and it's going to be slightly restructured. But the that whole song was very emotional compared to the rest of them, um, and I feel like there's not too many thrash ballads which really hit hard. I mean, um, my favorite ballad of all time is "The Omen" by Lars Rocket.
Yeah,
Amazing, amazing song. And like other thrash ballads like "Fade to Black" and stuff, just they have that sort of sad but redeeming feel to them. It's a very
yeah,
strange feeling, but
yeah.
I feel
No,
like
100%.
you should always have a song like that in your catalog as a not only as a metal metal writer, but also as just as a songwriter in general. You know,
Yeah.
I find it very important.
Uh, I agree. I mean, I was listening to Fade to Black. I listened to Fade to Black yesterday. It was I think it was God. 40 summer year anniversary of that Red the Lightning
Yeah,
yesterday,
yeah, it was.
which gives me an excuse to listen to it. Um, because it's a fantastic album. But Fade to Black, there's certain parts in Fade to Black and other ballad songs, that just hit. It just hits different because it's different from especially from the rest of the album. I think one's very similar
Yeah,
and Justice for All, in that it's a lot of the song. Obviously, one goes quite heavy at the end, as does Fade to Black, to be fair. But um, like it's quite slow and it's clean rather than distorted and stuff like that.
yeah,
And it hits different, especially when the rest of the album is so heavy and so quick. It is good
yeah,
to slow it down, and it is good to show a bit more emotion, uh, in any genre. Like Dolly Parton has Jolene.
yeah, yeah. I was just on the radio before, um, earlier today.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good song. I think, yeah. So, James, where can people find Dranzer on the internet?
Just Instagram, Dranzer_band. I mean, you can find my Instagram, just late metal. You should be able to find me straight away. Um, and YouTube should just be Dranzer. I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure it's Dranzer.
Yeah.
Everything's in the link tree in the bio of Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. Yeah,
I'm gonna, like I said, I'll probably put the link tree down the bottom in the description.
cool.
But this has been a fantastic conversation. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been great, man. Thank you. Thanks for having us
Thank
on.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
And I will see everyone later.